Hey guys, your girl SeekretD with Strawberry Letter Response. I'm mad late. Today was a day, but here we go. So this lady writes in, she's 29, she's engaged to be married. She has been with her fiance for 7 years. She said they met in college. She said way back when, in her college years, she has this big secret that she slept with 2 of his frat brothers. She said it was graduation night and they were all so wasted they can't even remember much outside of going into the bathroom, her 2 other females and these 2 frat brothers, and coming out. She said they could barely remember much of it to even tell anybody. She said her boyfriend was also at the party that night, but he didn't know where she was. Fast forward, she said a couple months after this incident, her boyfriend came clean and told her that he cheated on her with someone that she knew. She said she was hurt and she was devastated, but she couldn't be mad because she knew what she did graduation night. So she said she forgave him. They stayed together and they eventually moved in. She said fast forward again, they've been together for over 7 years, now engaged to be married, and their marriage is coming up. She ran into one of the frat brothers. She said he made a joke about that wild night in the bathroom, and she told him that it was a once in a lifetime thing when she was in college and it was never happening again. He said it's amazing that she ended up with such a great guy like her boyfriend, and she said he made her feel dirty by the way he was looking at her. He also told her that he's coming to the wedding. So she wants to know if she should tell her boyfriend, because she said she wants to tell her boyfriend how crazy he spoke to her, but then she would have to tell him the whole story. She said she decided that she's probably just going to tell him that, they don't really remember much outside of going into the bathroom. But then she said he's going to want to know who went in the bathroom. So her question, this is her question. Her question is, if she decides to tell him, does she have to tell him the whole truth? Girl, what? First of all, why? Why didn't you tell him? So I feel like when he cheated on you with the chick that you know of, it was the optimal time to be like, okay, listen, I don't really know what happened, but this is what happened. Essentially, we all went in the bathroom. I know that something went down. I don't know exactly what, and I was scared to tell you, but since we're letting everything out on the table, I figured I would come clean and we both move on with a clean slate, and that'll be that. That was your time. That was your time. So, but I feel like a lot of women, you felt like, oh, let me hold this over his head for a little bit, instead of using that as a way to even the playing field and letting your, I guess, dirty laundry out of the closet, right? Anyway, since you didn't, now it's going to be crazy. I don't know how you even break into this. I guess you could do it like, I know we're supposed to get married, but I think I should tell you this. And I never told you because I don't know specifically what happened. And break it down like that. I would say yes, you have to tell him. You have to tell him at minimum that some people slept together. At minimum. And I assume you would have to tell him, that his fat brother was talking to you crazy. But then I would feel like he would feel like you only told him because you ran into his fat brother, which is the truth. Because it doesn't seem like you was checking for telling him until this man walked up on you and started talking to you crazy like you said. Long story short, if you're going to tell the truth, tell the whole truth. I do think you should tell him, because the worst thing to do is to find out some foul shit from somebody else. So it's almost like, it's going to bother him more because he heard it from somebody that's not you. You know what I mean? So it's going to be like, oh, well, I know. It's going to be like, oh, well, if why didn't you tell me? I don't know. Like, that's for me. I feel like it's a bigger gut punch when somebody from the outside of your relationship tells you something about the person you're with. Like, my number one rule is nobody should be able to tell me something about you that I don't already know. I don't care what it is. Especially if it's going to be like a gut punch to me. Like, oh my God. So I feel like you need to tell him. Because you don't want it to come out over shits and giggles, the bachelor party. Oh, it's funky territory. So I feel like it could come out. You just need to tell him. Anyway, y'all let me know how you feel about it. Also, I don't believe in telling half-truths. Y'all let me know how you feel about it. That's how I feel about it. I ain't going to draw this out any longer. But yeah, all right, bye.